So we started Safespace about a year and a half ago, predominantly just as a community mental health initiative. And our founder, Helen Hope, was, we all got our sort of personal journeys with mental health. And for her, it was a message on a Facebook group that was like, we need to do something better around mental well-being, who's up for it? And, from day one, it was about trying to figure out how we could make mental health more accessible, I suppose. I think, worldwide, obviously, it's a topic that is quite misunderstood, but I think here in the region, we've got a couple more challenges, a few more hurdles to jump over when it comes to, understanding what mental health is and how to kind of prioritize it. That's what we really focus on. So the community initiative grew arms and legs quite quickly, and what we realized as well is that we need to put a bit more of a structure around what we're trying to do in order for it to have as much impact as it needs to have. So it was great that we were kind of having these regular meetings where people were coming and getting more aware about mental health and educated on certain topics. But for us, it was about, growing something, a platform that could do more. So we partner with mental health professionals. We've got about 60 mental health professionals in our network. They are psychologists, therapists, counsellors, coaches, all different types of coaches, wellbeing professionals, even, Pilates instructors, mindfulness teachers. And what our goal is to really, in collaboration with these experts, through our lens of marketing, because we're all from a marketing background, the three founders, is distill this topic down into ways that people can relate to it. Marketing is all about changing attitudes and behaviors, right? So from our perspective, we've got this amazing opportunity to take this really ugly, dark, gloomy topic and actually make it something that people can engage with, that they find relevant, and work the marketing magic, I suppose. So we still do our community stuff. Obviously now, during this situation, everything is online. So we have an online safe space, which is in a Facebook group called Safespace Social. And we are going live pretty much every day. We're sharing uplifting news, articles, supportive content from all the different clinics out there, because obviously the clinics now have moved to a sort of telemedicine approach, but they've got all the information that can help people, and they're being very forward and forthcoming in sharing this. So we're then sharing it, obviously, on with their permission to our community too. So we've got we want to sort of position ourselves as like the mothership of mental health, let's say. So the go-to, the first stop, where people maybe have stuff going on and they don't really know where to start. We want to be able to position ourselves in that place where we are so open and approachable and, have the notoriety in this topic that someone would come to our portal, our website, our content first, and we can then facilitate where they need to go. And part of that is, all of it is content. Absolutely all of it is content. So even though we are a mental health or mental well-being company, actually that's just our topic. That's one of our content pillars, shall we say. And really, we're a content company that doesn't have any content producers, but we'll get to that in a second. So we've been creating more, real life content experiences, not sort of capturing it very well with video and photo, and just really focusing on that experience side. What is it that people need and what they react to, and how can we sort of personalize for people to get involved. And I suppose it's just because we've been really testing the waters a little bit that now we're at this point where we really have to get serious from capturing the content and breaking it down. And that's why we're here, and that's why I'm going to speak to you today. I've got a feeling you might know something about that topic. We've kind of been winging it for the past year. We're volunteer operated. We've kind of actually done. We've grown quite a name for ourselves already. When we speak to people and they know who they are, it's music to my ears. We've not had a budget when it comes to kind of marketing and all this stuff, but what became apparent towards the end of last year, in order to have more impact, exactly relating to what you just said, is we started working with corporates. So we were finding a lot of people coming in the community just being so, downtrodden at work, that actually that sort of opened up that space as we need to be helping organizations. So actually it releases the burden a little bit in the community, in order for us to really, this sort of corporate wellness space is definitely something that's grown quite rapidly over the past few years. But from our perspective, we, if you're going to do this like one-off mindfulness hour with your employees on a Wednesday lunchtime or whatever it is, but then still rain down on them with KPIs and pressure and, with no kindness and no empathy and no structure and no trust within the organization, then what's the point? What you're wasting. So again, with our sort of network of professionals, but also from that like corporate, how to sort of build corporate culture, that's how we want to support organizations, but only organizations that are ready for it, because I think it could be actually quite detrimental for any company to be like, yeah, we want to do that mental health thing, that sounds great, when actually they're not willing to change. So for us, it's going to be baby steps, it's going to take some time. But going back to the content thing, it's our bigger goal is impact, and it's about conversation, and it's about demystifying this topic. So for us, it's about finding opportunities, and there's an opportunity in everything, even, obviously this conversation right now, to be talking about what we do. And it's my favorite hot topic, of course, but we want companies to be talking about what they're doing. We want individuals to be, involved in this too. So we are overwhelmed with opportunity.